What's going on, guys? My name is Miss Birch, and welcome back. We are back here talking about math as always. Math is our #1 topic, and it always will be. Of course it will. All right, so as always, to get started, we're going to start by reading our standards and our objectives and talking a little bit about that. So let's hit it. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. All right. So I got two standards for you today. One is very short and one is pretty long. But let's get to it. So the first one is order 3 objects by length. Compare the lengths of 2 objects indirectly by using a third object. So we've used this one before, but we're going to tie it into this next one too. So let's listen. Express the length of an object as a whole number of length units by laying multiple copies of a shorter object end to end. Understand that the length measurement of an object is the number of the same size length unit that it spans with no gaps or overlaps. Limit to context where the object being measured is spanned by a whole number of length units with no gaps and overlaps. All right, so I'm going to actually come back before we move on to our objectives about that. So I want to talk about that. That was a mouthful, and it was a little wordy and a little confusing probably. So basically what that second one was saying was we're going to measure objects without having gaps in between our centimeter cubes or overlapping them or making sure that they are counted as whole numbers. So when I'm talking about this, I have my centimeter cubes on hand, but we're not going to measure, let's say, this line like that. We're not going to draw cubes like this, 1, 2, 3, right? Because look at those gaps, or like if I did that, those are overlapping. That doesn't make any sense. So basically, what we're saying is we want to make sure everything is nice and neat. 1, 2, and nice in order. Just touching, no overlapping, no space. So that was our very wordy objective. I'm sorry, our wordy standard. That's what we've been working with that already. We're just making it more clear now. So let's go to our objectives. All right, so our objectives, as always, I'm going to say it first, then we're going to say it together. So let's hit it. I can use manipulatives to measure an object. All together, I can use manipulatives to measure an object. Nice job. Yes, we can do that. All right, up next we have I can use the same unit of measurement to compare objects. All together, I can use the same unit of measurement to compare objects. So what does that mean? Well, guess what? We're going to get into it in just a second. But as always, before we start our lesson, we are going to do some math fluency. We've been working on this a lot. We did it last lesson, but guess what? It's something that's so important that we need to get down, so we're going to do it one more time, and we're skip counting. Yes, bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. We're going to do 2s, 3s, and 5s. Let's hit it. All right, let me show myself. Hello. There we go. And here we go. We're counting by 2s to 40. We can do this. We did it well last time. We're going to do it even better today. So here we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. Nice job. We did it all the way from 2 to 40 so smoothly, so well. Let's now go in reverse. Perfect. Are you ready? Starting at 40, going all the way down to 2. Let's do it. 40, 38, 36, 34, 32, 30, 28, 26, 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 8, 6, 4, 2. Nice job. We did it. We went from 2 to 40 and all the way back down. Nice job. All right. So now that we're done with our 2s, moving on to the troublemakers, the 3s. Oh boy. You ready? Let's hit it. We're counting from by 3s, 45. Can we do it? You know we can. All right. Starting with 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 41, 45. Nice job. 3s are tough, guys. They're so tough. We did it. We got from all the way to 3 to 45. But let's put that thing down and flip it and reverse it. We're going in reverse. All right. Starting at 45, down to 3. Here we go. 45, 41, 39, 36, 33, 30, 27, 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3. Nice job, you guys. That one's so tough, but we did it. Good job. All right, last but not least, going by 5s, 75. Can we do it? Of course we can. We crush 5s. We eat 5s for breakfast. All right, let's start at 5. Going up to 75. Big breath. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Nice job. All right, well, unfortunately, what goes up must come down, and we got to go in reverse. You ready? Last time, last one. Let's do it. 75. 75. 70. 65. 60. 55. 50. 45. 40. 35. 30. 25. 20. 15. 10. 5. Nice job. Nice job, you guys. Incredible. You guys did so well. Let me come back. Here we go. Nice job. We are getting so good at skip counting. We're going by 2s, 3s, 5s. We did 10s before. All we got to do is keep practicing that and then pushing that limit. So we started for 2s, we started at 20, pushed all the way to 40. What about 60 next, or 100? Can we get that high? I think we can with enough practice. Just like that with 2s, 3s, 5s, 10s. I want to see how high you guys can count. Perfect. All right. So let's get started. We have our application problem to start us off. My favorite, my word problems. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started. All right. Let me share my face. There I am. All right. Here we go. This is a doozy for you. I have 2 crayons. Each crayon is 9 centimeter cubes long. I also have a paintbrush. The paintbrush is the same length as 2 crayons. How many centimeter cubes long is the paintbrush? Okay, let's brainstorm. What is the important information I see? How am I going to visualize this? Is there going to be an equation I write? What is the question it's asking me? Let's read it again. Let's do it. I have 2 crayons. Each crayon is 9 centimeter cubes long. I also have a paintbrush. That paintbrush is the same length as 2 crayons. How many centimeter cubes long is the paintbrush? Okay, let's come back. So I think it's time to draw some pictures of what I'm gauging. I'm gonna grab my handy dandy whiteboard. So we have a crayon, 2 crayons, each are 9 centimeter cubes long. Okay. That paintbrush, we don't know exactly how long it is, but we do know that it's the size of 2 crayons. So when we start there, I'm gonna draw 2 crayons just like that. So I know, as you know, I have incredible art skills. You don't have to tell me otherwise, because I know that I'm a very talented artist. So let's just acknowledge that and move past it, and we'll get back into math, because math is what's important here. All right. So I have 2 crayons right there. Now each of these crayons is 9 centimeter cubes long. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my centimeter cubes right up here. So one of them is 9, but wait, where am I going to start my cubes? Should I start them like right here? Why not? Oh, because we need to start at the end points. Can I start at this end point? I can? What about this end point? Oh, I can start there too. Well, all we know is that this is our midpoint. So there's got to be 9 on this side and 9 on this side. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. We got 9 right there. Now we need 9 on this side. Let's hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just like that. So I got one endpoint right here, the other endpoint right there. All right. And then we have our paintbrush. So I'm going to draw my paintbrush really quick. It looks kind of like a spatula. Let's extend it down. There we go. Just like that. All right, there's our paintbrush. And it's about the same length. Which one is that? There we go. Just like that. So it's the length of 2 crayons. So now what do we do to solve this? Let's just count the circle, or the cubes. So we have 9 right here. So let's count up. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 2 of these crayons are 18 centimeters long, which means that this paintbrush is 18 centimeters long. So what would our equation be then? 9 plus 9 equals 18, because we have 9 right here, 9 right here, and we got 18, right? Nice job. So now let's write our statement. So I'm going to say the paintbrush is 18 centimeters long. Just like that. Get the same thing? Excellent. All right. Perfect. So now that we know so much about measuring and everything and finding our equation, let's get started. So I'm going to show you guys a video that I made about measuring with different objects. Because right now we've been using centimeter cubes or centimeters. We've heard that before. Well, can we use anything else to measure things with? Let's find out. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started.
So now we're going to talk about the different ways that we can measure things and the different manipulatives we can use to measure them. So what we're going to do to get started is I'm going to measure this pencil. But now looking at it, what are some things that I can use to measure them? Well, we have our centimeter cubes, but what else could we use? How about some toothpicks? Or what about pennies? That might be good. Or Q-tips. We can use these things to measure to get a more consistent measurement. As long as we use the same manipulatives again and again, we'll get the same result. So let's try it out. So I'm going to start looking at our endpoints. I'm going to start with our centimeter cubes, and I'm going to measure our pencil starting there. So let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 centimeter cubes. Awesome. But what if we use toothpicks or pennies or Q-tips? Is that going to be different from the centimeter cubes? Let's see. I'm going to use the Q-tips, and let's measure it up just like we're measuring with our centimeter cubes. So we got one right there, and there's another one. So how many did it take to measure this pencil using Q-tips? 1, 2. It took 2 Q-tips. But how is that compared to the centimeter cubes? We had 12 centimeter and 2 Q-tips. We got the same size, but different units. Nice job. So now, let's try measuring it again, but let's use the other 2 manipulatives we have. So I'm just going to move everything over to the side, just like that. All right, and let's try the toothpicks this time. So let's measure it out, make sure you're meeting those endpoints. We got 1, 2, and looks like a little bit less than 3, but more than 2, so we're going to say it's about 2. Perfect. All right, so now let's try the pennies. Let's match them up, endpoint to endpoint. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pennies matched up. See how there was about 2 toothpicks, but 8 pennies. Same measurement, different units, different number. Nice job.
All right, so I'm going to come back. And while you guys were watching that video, I drew a very good pencil. So when we're talking about that video and what we just learned, we're talking about how, let's say I said I was going to measure this in centimeter cubes, but I didn't tell you what to measure it in. So if I measure this in centimeter cubes and I just made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I used centimeter cubes. But let's say you used Q-tips or a toothpick, something longer than what a centimeter cube would be. Would you get the same answer as me? Let's see. So if I did a toothpick 2, 3, 4. Did we get the same amount on each side? I had 13 on this side. How many did you get on this side? 1, 2, 3, 4. Were they different lengths? Was the pencil 2 different lengths? No. Did we use 2 different means of measuring? Yeah. Are either of us wrong? No. Are both of us right? Yeah. The thing is that when we use different means of measurement, we have to be specific in what we're using. So I can't just say that I had 13 to measure that pencil. 13 what? 13 pizzas? 13 cars? That would be so huge. No, I used 13 centimeter cubes. And then you had 4 toothpicks. You didn't use cupcakes or books. No, you use 4 toothpicks. We have to be very specific when we say that because it could mean anything. It's our unit. That's what it's called, our unit. So now, I think before we dive in, let's take a quick break. I got a couple more things coming up for you, but I think now is a perfect time for a break, and I'm going to let you have it. So if you're hungry, if you're thirsty, if you're tired, if you're wired, if you're whatever you got to do, go do that now, and I'll see you when you get back. I'll give you 10 seconds to decide whether you're going to pause the video or not. Ready? All right. If you pause the video, welcome back. If you did not and you stuck around, perfect. Let's keep rolling with the punches. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to show you a list of things that I measured, and we're gonna work through this next part together, okay? So let me share my screen. So I have this list right here, and on the left side, it has the name of an object. So we have a whiteboard, we have a marker, a spoon, and a straw. And on the right-hand side, we have the measurement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video of me measuring each of these things, but I want you to write along with me how long each of these items are and what unit of measurement we used for it. Sound good? All right. And then we're going to come back to this in just a second. All right. So here we go.
All right, now we're gonna measure all those things that we saw on that list. First, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our whiteboard and we are going to measure it out. We are gonna use one of the 4 manipulatives that we used to measure from earlier right now. So I'm gonna make sure that's nice and in view. Perfect. Look at those endpoints, look great. So I think I'm gonna use the toothpicks first. So I'm gonna grab my toothpicks, I'm gonna measure it going from this endpoint all the way to the other one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one goes a little bit past our end point, but we're closer to the 4 mark than the 5, so we're going to have about a measurement of about 4. Perfect. So write that down, make sure you're remembering that, and we're going to go fill that worksheet in after this. All right, so let's clear the board and let's try our next one. So up next we have our lovely dry erase board marker. Straighten it out a little bit, there we go. All right, so now we're going to choose another manipulative, but as always, let's look at our endpoints first. We got one right here, we got to get matched up all the way over there. So the manipulative I'm going to use, I think this time, will be the centimeter cubes. All right, so we're going to grab our centimeter cubes and we're going to start lining them up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And look how nicely those matched up with our endpoints. That looks so great. Nice job. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 centimeter cubes is how long this dry erase marker is. Nice job. So let's clear it off. And let's grab what's next on our list, which is a spoon. All right. So we used 2 manipulatives out of the 4. Let's try another one. So I'm going to grab my pennies. Perfect. So let's line them up right against the endpoints, just like this. And let's go. We got 1, and there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that. That matched up so well too. So we got 9 pennies matched up perfectly at our endpoint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pennies. Nice job, guys. All right, so we got one more. Make sure you're writing down these answers so you remember for later. Let's clear everything off. And the last one we got for you is a straw. All right, so we're going to use our last manipulative, which was our Q-tips. We're going to measure endpoint to endpoint using that. So let's grab one and match it up perfectly from our first endpoint. And then we have 1, 2, 3. And look at that, endpoint to endpoint. That looks perfect. So it took 1, 2, 3 Q-tips to measure this straw. Nice job. All right, so let's get back to work.
All right, nice job. So let me come back. All right, so what did we learn? That we can use different manipulatives to measure our thing. Does it mean that the size of the object changes? No, it doesn't change. We're just using different size object or manipulatives to measure our objects. All right, so now let's go fill in our worksheet. All right, let me share my screen again. All right, let me share myself. There we go. So, do you remember what each measurement was? Did you write it down? All right, so I'm gonna grab my marker. Just like this. All right, so the whiteboard was about 4. About 4. So we'll just put a 4 right here. But about 4 what? About 4 shoes? About 4 cups? About 4 toothpicks. So this is where our unit of measurement is very important. So not only do we have to write 4, we have to write our unit. So 4 toothpicks. Just like that. Nice job. All right, let's keep it up. So next we have our marker. And what was our unit of measurement and how many of it? We had 8. 8 what? What was our unit? What did we use to measure it? Centimeter cubes. Nice job. So I'm going to write cm for centimeter cubes. Nice job. All right, we only got 2 more. Okay, so next up, let me change the color. We had our spoon. How long was the spoon? It was 9. What? 9 what? 9 paintings? 9 hairbrushes? 9 ants? Oh, it was 9 coins. Or pennies is what I used. All right, pennies. 9 pennies. Nice job. All right, and last one. We had our straw. And our straw used what and how many? Well, there was 3. 3 what though? 3 puppy dogs, 3 goldfish, 3 crackers, 3 Q-tips. Nice job. So a little closer. 3 Q-tips. Nice job. Did you write all this as well? Nice job. So now I don't really have another equation for you or something else to work on. What I am going to do is I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute. And I want you to go find something that you can measure using different objects. I want you to find 2 different manipulatives, whether it be something small or something we use today, or something brand new. It could be a different type of coin. It could be whatever you got around. It could be food. It could be garbage, whatever you got. And I want you to grab 2 manipulatives and go find a couple things and measure the difference. Do you get the same number? Do you get different numbers? And then write down their unit, how much they are measured out to, and the unit afterwards. Okay? So I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute. Here we go. And I'll see you in 1 minute. 'All right, you got 30 seconds left to go grab whatever you can. Ten seconds. Ready for the 5-second countdown? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, nice job. You clear this off, and I'm coming back to talk to you. All right, so now that you have those manipulatives, that's all I really have for you. Take those manipulatives and go ask a friend, a brother, a sister, a mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, cousin, whoever you got. Ask them if they can help you measure stuff, or if they want to measure with you. Ask them for ideas for manipulatives or for different objects you can measure. You don't have to just follow what I have to say. Go ask around. Go explore the world and measure whatever's in it. All right. Before I go, of course, I gotta ask you a couple questions. So the first question is, how do we accurately measure an object? By its endpoints. We gotta look at an object and say, okay, here's one endpoint, here's the other. We need to start measuring from here, get all the way across to here. Nice job. So I got one more question for you. Why is it important to label the manipulative that you're using within your measurement? So why is it important to label that unit? So you know what you're measuring with, because you can't just put 4 or 10, because I'm not going to know what you're talking about. Someone who's never measured anything in the whole world, they're not going to know what you're talking about. It's important for that measurement because it gives us a clear idea of what you use to measure it. Perfect. Nice job, you guys. So that's it for me. So I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. I hope you guys had fun. I know I did. I love measuring. And I hope I see you guys really soon. Bye.